Along with the fact that we have established a partnership with the county health department and rely on them for many of our funds, we also have a very professional and knowledgeable staff that I am extremely grateful for. Nothing makes me more happier to know that I am stepping into my new leadership position and serving our organization with a professional and knowledgeable staff behind me to help back me up and to help guide me as your leader. Our staff is very knowledgeable regarding how to apply for grants and how to fund public health programs, which I'm very grateful for, but they are also very knowledgeable and professional in their field of study. We have RNs, we have medical staff, extremely highly knowledgeable medical staff on our field, but we also have very valuable non-medical staff members who, again, are extremely knowledgeable in their field of study. So, just by modifying the goals and how we are approaching some things right now in our organization, with our strength of our staff, I believe we can go really far. Another strength that I would really like to mention is the fact that we have a chief financial officer. So while we do have some financial sustainability concerns going on right now, the fact that we have a financial officer is very relieving because he will be able to listen to some of these concerns that I have mentioned and take those into consideration to help guide us in how we can create more sustainable programs for our community and how these programs can survive after their grant funding has run out. Now, along with strengths, our organization also has weaknesses that we must discuss. So our mission and vision statements that we already reviewed are somewhat unclear to the community members and staff members. So we need to really make sure that we modify our mission and vision, make them a lot more clear, communicate the mission and vision to our staff members and to community members, and just let them know why we're here and what our main goal is to do for our community. Programs that we have duplicate other programs already in effect in the community. So we need to really take a step back and analyze our programs and determine, are there programs that we really need? Are there programs that address the health needs of our community? And are there programs that we do not need that are already in effect that we can get rid of? Staff currently seeks any grant funding regardless if it's in alignment with our mission. This is a issue, this is a weakness that we need to address. Again, I'm very glad that we know how to seek grant funding, but we need to be sure that it's not funding just any program that comes through to us. And medical staff are viewed as most important over other staff. So this might be an issue in employee engagement, but it's definitely something that needs to be addressed. We all need to know that each and every one of us on the staff and on the board of directors is here for a reason. You all serve a purpose in this organization, and no one is any more important than the other. Some opportunities that we have to kind of hold on to and grasp as we are moving forward in our new plan is that we are perceived as doing good and we have a competent and respective staff. Community relationships are established with some stakeholders. We can begin to branch these out a little bit, but it's definitely an opportunity for us. As your leader, I have extensive public health background, so I am here to help you. I am definitely an opportunity to this organization moving forward. And also, I really love that each program has a manager to focus primarily on that program. For an example, our women's health has a program manager of that program. Our water well testing has a program manager. So it's really nice that we have a leader of all of our programs to kind of take charge and take that under their wing and have that be their main point of focus. Some external threats to our organization is that some programs are dependent on budget allocations from the county. So this is not good. If we lose our accreditation, if we lose any of our funding, then we would lose those programs. So we need to figure out a way to get other funds from different sources, whether that may be different types of grants or different partnerships that we form in the community. We need to figure out a way to create either sustainability or other budget allocations or other resources of funding so that our programs are not dependent on one sole means of funding. Another threat, like I mentioned before, we did not meet accreditation requirements. Programs are contingent upon grant funding and county allocations, and county officials are frustrated with continuous requests to increase budget funding. So if you all have caught on so far, our main threats are financial sustainability and budget funding and budget allocations. So we really need to create a plan for sustainability. We really need to create a plan for seeking out other funding to help us with our programs. So, moving forward, some areas of focus to consider. Definitely, I would list these as some priorities that we need to address in developing a 5-year strategic plan. We must develop a new mission and vision. This new mission and vision must be more focused. It needs to be communicated to our community. It needs to be communicated to our staff and our leadership. And it needs to not be as generalized as it is right now. Sustainability of programs once funding has ceased. How can we create a plan for our programs to continue once they lose funding? Removing programs that are duplicates or do not align with the community's needs. We have a very large amount of programs right now from what you saw on that previous slide. In order to increase our funding and really show the community that we are serving their specific health needs, we need to remove programs that are already in place in the community and that the community doesn't really need. If farmers are complaining about the cost of the extensive well water testing, then how is a way that we can either remove that program or modify it so that they don't have to do it various times a year, so that maybe it could even be like a consulting program where we can reach out and let farmers know these are some resources, these are some other businesses that you can use to test your water. So we need to really consider our good reputation with the community. We cannot burn bridges with our community. That is who we serve. That is our main purpose, and that is why we are here. So we really need to maintain our good reputation with them. Making leadership visible to the community and our accreditation. So we need to really let the community know that we are here for them, first and foremost by being visible within the community. If we just pop up our organization one day and we develop this whole new, 5-year strategic plan without engaging the people who we serve and letting them know that we really do care about their health and we are implementing these programs for you, and we are here, we are members in the community, we go to the grocery store, we go to the same movie theater as you. The community is really going to take that into consideration and have more respect for us and be more likely to utilize our services. So we really need to be more visible in our community, and we absolutely need to work on our accreditation. Anything that the county has suggested for us to improve on, we need to do that because we cannot lose our partnership or our funding with the county. It's extremely important. So some next steps. I developed some guiding questions for you all to consider in our next step, which relate to back to all of these areas of focus to consider. So these questions, you all can just jot down an answer or think about it, but this is really what we are going to be doing to improve our organization within the next 5 years. So first and foremost, how can we modify our mission and vision to be more specific? How can we kind of make our mission more specific to our programs that we offer so that we make sure the mission is aligned with our programs? How can we effectively communicate our mission and vision to the community and staff? They need to know why we're here. How can we continue funding for programs once grant funding has run out? What are some other partnerships we can form to increase funding without asking the county for an increase? What are some community activities we can sponsor to make ourselves more visible or approachable? This may also help us in forming community partnerships and community coalitions. What steps need to be taken to ensure we are fully accredited? How can we boost community relationships? And are there any programs unnecessary? Should we conduct a community health assessment? And if we do, what does that community health assessment look like? So for this, we may need to bring on other professionals. We may need to seek out our staff members to see if they have any experience with community health assessments. I know I do, so I would be more than willing to help us develop that. But like I said, we are all fully into this. So I will take as much help from any of the board members or any of our staff that is necessary to develop a community health assessment. Do we really need women's primary health care? There are an adequate number of primary care doctors right now in the community who are serving women. So, is this program really necessary? Let's reach out to the community. Let's mail out surveys. Do they feel that women's health is a need? Do they feel that smoking cessation is a need? Do we need maybe other programs that we don't even have implemented right now? So that's a major factor to consider. And the necessary funding for these questions and for these next steps should really be minimal due to the fact that they are all very internal in nature of all of these guiding questions. These are all questions that I think we can really use the knowledge and the experience of our staff to assist in. If we need some outside consulting, we can surely bring that on, and we can surely find the funding for that. But this all should be minimal in developing our 5-year plan. So thank you all for listening to my presentation. I really appreciate it, and I am extremely looking forward to serving Healthy Community Brookfield as the newest leader, as the newest executive director. So I thank you again for listening to this presentation, and I hope we can move forward in a way that best serves the health needs of our community. Thank you.